Welcome to this new video. In this video, we are going to calculate the previous month's revenue using three DAX functions that are parallel period, previous month, and date. We find the previous month's revenue to compare the revenue with the current month using certain charts and visualizations. So for getting previous month's revenue or previous month's total aggregate, you can use three functions, mainly previous month, parallel period, or date. So previous month returns a table that contains a column of all dates from the previous month based on the first date in the dates column in the current context. So previous month function is very simple. You just need to give the date column in the function and it will calculate the previous month's revenue. You can filter it inside the table. In the same way, parallel period is also used for getting the previous month's revenue. It returns a table that contains a column of dates that represents a parallel period to the dates in the specified dates column in the current context. With the dates shifted a number of intervals either forward in time or backward in time. You need to give the interval and you need to give the month or whether it is year, whether we need to get the parallel period. So date hat returns a table that contains a column of dates shifted either forward or backward in the same by the specified number of intervals from the dates in the current context. So date add is also almost similar to that of parallel period. In syntax, you need to give the interval I, you need to give the interval whether it is year or month or day. So we will see an example. We have a data set where we have the purchase, we have the total revenue, and we have the calendar with respect to the purchase. So we will create the measure of total revenue and create new measure and give the measure name as total revenue equals to, it is the sum of revenue. So we can get the visual table and we will plot it in that table, the total revenue and the date. We need to get the year and the month, and you can get the total revenue. So we got the year, month, and the total revenue. Now we need to get the previous month's revenue. And first we will use date add function to get the previous month revenue. So we can right click and create a measure for previous month using date add. So we write the function name as date add equals calculate total revenue, and you need to give the filter as date add. You need to give the calendar. Number of intervals is -1 because we just need to get the previous month, just 1 month before, and you can give the -1 and you can give the month. If you want to give the year, that will be previous year. Now it is previous month. So we got the date add function and we will select it in the table. We got the date add function. Yeah, previous month it was December and we got the revenue as 40.49. Now we got in January, it is showing as the previous month revenue as 40.49. We will create two cards. One is for total revenue and another one is for date add. So we'll select the total revenue and we have the total revenue as 528.56. Now we'll get the date add revenue. So exactly when you select the date from a slicer, you will be knowing how much is the current month revenue and how much is the previous month revenue. So we can select a slicer and we will select the date in that. We will get the hierarchy of the date. We just need the month and the year. So here, if you are selecting 2020 February, this is the current month revenue. This will be the previous month's revenue. That is 10,306. If you check the January score, that is correct. It's 1036. Now we can create a card for date add function also, and here we can use it as date add. No need to total revenue. We will get it as date add. So right now it is calculating everything from this table. So, but if you select the particular month in the slicer, it will be showing the proper measure. Now we will use the second measure we are going to use is parallel period. So you can right click here, get the measure and write it as parallel period because calculate total revenue, and here parallel period, and need to give the date and number of intervals is similar to date hat. You need to give -1, that is because it is previous month, and you need to give the interval as month. So you can select the parallel period inside this table and we will get the exact result same as date hat. You can create card and you can select parallel period also in that. We got almost similar result. Now if you're going to select March, we will be getting the exact result as the total revenue, that is the revenue on March is 11,222, but the previous month it is this much. Now previous month we are using to difference between the previous month and the current month. You can use some visualization to show it. So for date ad, we can select the date ad as a target value of the previous month and total revenue as the current value. So you can see okay how it is going. Same you can use it for parallel period also, or if you want to use the KPI visual, you can use it as KPI and you can select the date as trend axis. At the same time, you can use the bar chart to show all these three. Now the last function which we are going to use is previous month. There is a function called previous month itself. So you can use that previous month. So you can name it as previous month itself. Just to calculate total revenue and just filter by previous month. Previous month, adjust you need to give the date. So we will select a copy a card and we will change the name to previous month itself. And here we will take off this parallel period and we will select the previous month. And since we haven't selected any month, it is not showing anything. It is showing as blank. Now, if you are selecting one value, 1 month value, it will start showing the values properly. The same way we can use the visual function to plot the previous month. So you can take the total revenue as the value and previous month as the target value. So now we have got the total revenue, that is the current month revenue when you select a month, previous months with respect to the functions we are using, that is date ad. Previous month with date ad will be shown here, previous month using parallel period will be shown here, and previous month using previous month DAX function will be shown here. The same will be shown in these visuals also as the target and the current one, and the same we can see in the table here. We have just selected parallel period. Now we will select the previous month also. So the same we can get in the table also, and the same here showing it in a bar chart also. So in this way, if you select June month, the month of June, you can get the result with respect to the month of June, because the month of June revenue it will be 8.57, and the previous month, that is the month of May, the revenue is 10.71, and you are getting that 10.71 using all the three functions. And of course, with all the three functions, you can use a visual to show the target and the current value, and the same as we can show it plotted in the table and in a bar chart. Hope this will be interesting for you to explore more. Thank you. Have a nice day.